Yeah, I got Keystone head coach Greg Heath here. I tied Don Stemrick for the most wins tonight in Clarion County League / KSAC history, second most in District 9 history. Greg, I know from the number of years that I've talked to you that it wasn't nearly, it was probably the last thing you were thinking about tonight, wasn't it?
I can guarantee it was the last thing I was thinking about tonight, yeah.
We talked about this a little bit when we were doing our pregame interview on Friday, but just to be mentioned in the same breath as Don Stemrick, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot because in my book, Coach Stemrick is the best. He was not only a great coach, but he was a great man, and I learned an awful lot just coaching against him. I put him up on a pedestal. I really do. He's terrific. So if we're going to honor somebody tonight, let's honor Coach Don Stemrick. He's terrific.
What are some of the things you learned from him?
The way he interacted with his players and the officials. He was very good about working officials the right way. The way he tried to gain momentum for his teams, little things that he would do and the timing of those things. Just a lot of little things that really add up to a lot, really.
Who are some of the coaches that you looked up to when you were a young coach, or even before you got into coaching?
Well, Coach Stemrick was there when I played, so obviously I looked up to him. Ron Botts at AC Valley, he did a real good job. My own coach, Chuck Myers, I thought he did a terrific job too, and I learned a lot from him also.
When did you realize you were going to be a coach?
I started working with Jim McConnell was the girls varsity coach, and I wasn't a volunteer or assistant, anything like that. I just helped him out at times, and I thought, I really kind of like this, and Jim kind of took me under his wing and kind of pushed me in that direction. In fact, he's the reason I got into education in the first place. The first part of my career, I was an accountant with U.S. Steel. Didn't like it, and Jim said, "Well, I know something you would like. Why don't you think about education?" And so that's the direction I went, and I'm so happy that I did because I really enjoyed it.
After those first 2 years, I think you won maybe 5 games in those first 2 seasons. Did you think you were ever going to be given the opportunity to get to 638 wins?
I didn't even think about any of that at that time. You're just thinking survival then, and you start to, you kind of start to doubt yourself after 2 seasons like that. But I wouldn't trade those seasons for anything, because that was an important learning process for me, and I really enjoyed the players on that team.
Obviously, winning 638 was going to be special, even if it wasn't necessarily to you. It was going to be to a lot of your former players and coaches and stuff. But to do it with Pat Irwin on the bench on the other side, somebody who was around your program probably from the time he was old enough to walk,
Sure.
with his dad Bill being there. Obviously it's always tough to maybe coach and beat a former player, but was it a little extra special to have Pat in the building tonight too?
Well, it's good to have Pat in the building. It's not particularly good beating his team, no. But Patrick's a very good coach, and I thought his team played really well tonight. They really executed well. You can tell that team is well coached. They really are.